jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
Again, big shout out to the supporters. Yeah, it's a late nighter. You already know sometimes you just got to put it out there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Moonlight before the end of the day. Get one more in. This is about the Top Rank Promotions fight card. As you already know, man, we've been talking about everything else that's been going on. But we definitely have to speak on one of the hottest cards. One of the hottest, if not the hottest cards coming up in December. December 10th is a hot date. You know what I'm saying? In some areas, it's going to be hotter than others. You know what I'm saying? But you have to take a look at who's on this freaking fight card, y'all. You have to take a peek on who's on this fight card. Shout out to Top Rank Promotions, promoter Bob Arum. Shout out to them putting together their matchmakers, Brad Goodman, you know what I'm saying, Evan Korn, all the other, you know, shout out to Michael Williams behind the lens. Man, they are putting on an extravagant fight card on December 10th to close out the calendar. Main event, Teofimo Lopez, the takeover, 17-1, 13 knockouts versus Jose Pedraza, 29 victories, 4 losses, and 1 draw, 14 KOs. What? And then the co-main event is Jared Anderson, heavyweight. He's stepping up in competition. For what we know, he's supposed to be fighting Jerry Forrest, but it's still to be announced. They don't have it scheduled on BoxRec just yet. But Jared Anderson's 12 victories, 0 defeats, and 12 knockouts. He's about to take a step up fight if it is Jerry Forrest. He's been in there with some big names. You know, he went to distance with Carlos Takam. He's not a slouch, man. Definitely gonna be a step up fight. Then you have the man himself, Keyshawn Davis, 6 victories, 0 defeats, 5 knockouts. You know he just came off a spectacular stoppage, man. Not too long ago in Newark. He's back in the ring again, picking up the checks and breaking necks. Serious, man. You know what I'm saying? He's coming back in the ring to set it off before the end of the year and build up that resume, man. This shit is insane. Jahi Tucker, 9 victories in, 0 defeats, 5 knockouts. He's on deck again. They ain't asking who he is no more. They already know. Man, this card is going to be crazy. Shoot, Carrington, 5 victories, 0 defeats, 3 knockouts, man. He's returning again. Not to mention, this fight card is going to be at Madison Square Garden, people. It's going to be at Madison Square Garden. Look who I just mentioned. The Teofimo Lopez versus Jose Pedraza in the main event. Jared Anderson on this card. Keyshawn Davis. Jahi Tucker. Bruce Carrington. Xander Zayas, 14-0, 10 knockouts. If you ain't asking yourself, what in the hell? Like, it's no way this card is going to disappoint. Like, you have to look how heavy the main event is and the co-main event. Then you got hitters that's going to be on the main card. Straight up hitters. Straight up rising contenders. And you know what? They have a Puerto Rican. They have some brothers on here. You know what I'm saying? They had a Honduran. I mean, come on, this card is gonna be fire. I don't know how. I don't know how others are gonna be able to compete with this fight date. Real talk. Big Blunts and Boxing, what's good? I don't know how they're gonna be able to compete. Real talk. So let's just take a peek at the main event. Teofimo Lopez, man, he's put that his only loss against George Kambosos in his rear view. He's going in there against a well-known veteran and Jose Pedraza. It's gonna be fire, bro. It's gonna be fire. He's coming off a victory, his first fight in the 140-pound division. He looks strong, entertaining, quick, sharp. You know what I'm saying? His power. He ended up getting to stop it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jared Anderson, a rising heavyweight in the game, a very big name. You know what I'm saying? You know, a heavyweight hopeful that we're depending on. Jared Anderson continue to rise and someday pick up a strap. You know what I'm saying? I've seen Jared Anderson several times in person. This dude is not small. Like, this flyer don't do him any justice. Like, dude is not small. He's a heavyweight. Real talk. But he's a heavyweight that's now in shape. It wasn't always like that, but he's in shape. So it's a lot of expectations for Jared Anderson moving up. You know what I'm saying? Jahi Tucker. You already know what it is, man. A lot of fight fans and people are high, you know, on Jahi Tucker. You know what I'm saying? Very young in the game, 19 years old. Been fighting under the bright lights since his debut. Got to keep your eyes on him. You know, just like you got to keep your eyes on Keyshawn Davis. Olympian, silver standard champion, dog. Keyshawn Davis been showing out. He's looking to return back to the ring, man, and do it again. I'm still waiting to see who his opponent is. You feel me? But I know how he's going to bring it. I know how he's going to bring it, period. And then you got the Puerto Rican sensation, man, Xander Zayas, man. This dude fought 6 times in 2021. 6 times. He's back in the ring again, man. Very entertaining fighter. Man, this card is electric. This card is electric, man. You got Shoo, a.k.a. Bruce Carrington, back on deck. What more can we say, y'all? What more can we say about this card? I mean, look, it ain't another promotion to close out the year that can compete with this card. And then it's on the 10th. It's on the 10th of December, too. As we seeing it, you know, right now, BLK Prime is supposed to be on the 10th, too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just, you can't compete with a card this heavy. This right here is like carrying a dang Foot Locker or a treasure chest full of gold. You can't go wrong with it. It's just too much going on with this freaking fight card, man. And then you have so much that's taking place in NYC on that weekend. It's going to be packed. It's going to be packed. I heard it's going to be the Heisman Award or whatever given out on that weekend. This is going to be stupid, dog. Look at those names on there. Look at those names of those fighters, bro. Insane card. Insane. Captain Chaos in the building. What's going on? Big Blunts and Boxing. Salute to you. This card is going to crush BLK Prime. Man, I don't even know if crushing is the word. Is crush the word? I think it might disintegrate this mod. It's too heavy, dog. It's too heavy. This card is too freaking heavy, man. It's too many big names on here for BLK Prime to even get opponents to match up for the co-main event on down to the undercard. It's super heavy, dog. Like, these are quality fighters. These are quality A-side fighters. These are well-known A-side fighters that is on this card with Top Rank. You look, anywhere you look on this flyer, it's thumbnail rather, you can't say, well, they're not a really good fighter or they not. Every fighter on this card is a quality fighter, is a good fighter. Every one of them. Talented. Every One of them. You can't go wrong with a card like this, man. What's going on, Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, some more? What's good, OG? How you feeling, bro? You can't go wrong with a card like this, man. Nobody can compete with this card at the end of the year. Nobody. Nobody. A lot of people are going to be paying attention to this. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Andrew on deck. What's good with it? WCS salute to you, Andrew. I just had to put this out here and, make people aware that whatever is said about Top Rank, man, I'm telling them they put on some damn good cards. and majority of this card is black fighter. You got your black fighters on there. You have Puerto Rican fighters. It has some heavy names that's going to be competing on this card. And not to mention the momentum that's coming with this card. The momentum, y'all. The momentum that Keyshawn Davis is bringing from the Newark knockout win that he had. The Jahi Tucker win that he's coming off of in Newark. Carrington, his win he's coming off of. And then make it so bad, all these people was on deck. Like, besides Teofimo Lopez and Pedraza, Jared Anderson was on deck. Xander, they coming off their previous wins. This is a stupid card. I don't know what BLK Prime, how they gonna pack it. Like, Omaha's gonna sell out regardless. Omaha's gonna sell out regardless of where they at. But as far as the streaming is what I'm talking about, there's no way they can compete with a card like this. If somebody has to pay for this card, and then they have to say, do I want to go with that BLK? It's not gonna be a tough decision. Cooking with Sir Senior, what's good with it, bro? This is fire, man. This has just so much that's attached to it. I'm saying they pushing these young warriors that's coming up very, very hard. Like you have the Jahi Tucker, Xander Zayas. These are young dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit older is Keyshawn and Shushu. Jared Anderson is even crazy, man. He's young. He's young, bro. Like, these cats are very young. It's gonna be a damn good card. Y'all need to pay attention. Madison Square Garden, December 10th. Top Rank boxing promotions. This is gonna be a sick card. Seriously. Real talk. I couldn't let the day go by without giving people the true scoop. Like, finally the news was announced. You know what I'm saying? And we could talk about it. This was going on behind the scenes. We was talking about it here and there behind the scenes, but now that the news is broken, it's a lot of fighters on this card. They taking some tough opponents. I ain't gonna lie. It's some fighters on this card that's gonna take some tough opponents. That's the way Top Rank is doing it. So salute to them for moving their fighters, keeping them active, putting on a damn electric card at the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? Especially before, Christmas holidays come up. It's going to be insane, bro. It's going to be insane. And I heard rumors that, Bob Arum's trying to, let's clear something up. Why would he try to do anything? This has no conflict with Crawford fight because why? They supposed to fight in November. That's what they were saying, right? So it was never, look, just to prove and debunk this before it even gets started. David Avanesian had a fight in November. They took that off BoxRec. And they end up being able to schedule this fight because, it was the only slot open supposedly or whatever the case may be. So Bob Arum having his Top Rank Boxing already had this schedule locked in. Stop it, man. It has nothing to do with him trying to prove anything to nobody. They already had this shit scheduled out. They don't do this shit in 2 months ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? They'll put the card together, but they have the arena locked on. You know what I'm saying? The arena's locked on. So Madison Square Garden is going to be lit. You know what I'm saying? You got a fire ass main event and co-main event, and then you got a crazy freaking undercard, a main card. Crazy. And it's not some easy opponents for these guys either, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Andrew say, too bad Crawford couldn't be headlining the card like this. It's about the next generation though. Solid card. Yeah, but also he's not, unfortunately he's not signing top rank anymore. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine? Oh my God, dog. If they put on a card like this, man, this card would be crazy if Crawford was on it. This card would be, man, come on, bro. No way. If he was on this card fighting somebody, he wouldn't be fighting Errol Spence, I'll tell you that. That shit is crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie. But I had to put this flyer up here so people can, get a whiff of what's to come. Al Money on deck. Salute to you, brother. Yeah, I know, Andrew. Real talk. It would have been crazy. I feel you, bro. Like if Crawford would have been on this card too, it just would have been in the stratosphere, bro. It would have been up there with the stars. Like it's up there with the stars. This probably would have took it beyond the Milky Way and shit. Look, it would have went to new heights in the galaxy. You know what I'm saying? This shit would have went to motherfucking Mars or something. Seriously. These names is on there right now, man. This shit is fire, dog. This shit is fire at the end of the year too. Now, I don't know what it's going to cost pay-per-view. Because I know, let me see. Can I find it out right quick? Because I know this shit ain't going to be free. Hell no, this shit ain't going to be free. Let me see if they put the price out there for pay-per-view since they announced it. And it's another crazy fight that's out there, people. I ain't going to lie. Oscar Valdez facing Emmanuel Navarrete. Possibly for February 3rd. I think he's gonna take a L on that. Oscar Valdez. Man, Navarrete is a beast, dog. So let me see what they got right here. Let me see if they have a freaking pay-per-view number. Let me see if they have a pay-per-view price tag yet. Which I don't see it. Let me see. Keyshawn Davis will be battling 18-year professional Juan Carlos Burgos. Once again, a fighter who has over 30 professional fights, y'all. 30 professional fights. You feel me? Xander Zayas will be taking on Alexis Salazar. I didn't even see this out here. So Jared Anderson not fighting Jared Ford. So Jared Anderson, 22 years old. Let me see if they're gonna still keep it. Nope. They didn't put Jared Forrest on there yet. They just talking about this last fight. We already know Teofimo Lopez taking on Jose Pedraza. They didn't put everybody in here. Yeah. They just talk about Teofimo's last fight, Pedro Campa. Boxing News 24 didn't put everybody on here that's fighting, but it's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Toby on deck. Salute to you, Toby. What's good with it? It's called the ESPN Bro Free TV. I thought it was gonna at least be pay-per-view. Real talk. It can be on ESPN and still be pay-per-view. Seriously. The ESPN Plus app. Let me check something out. Let's see what it says out here. It'll be crazy if this shit is free. Let me see. Lopez Pedraza airs live on ESPN Plus at 9 p.m. following the Heisman Trophy ceremony. It looked like it's free, man. That's crazy. Wow. I did not believe that was free, but it looks like it's free, dog. People definitely going to be tuned into this shit then. Boy. Yeah, it's on ESPN Plus, man. People going to be tuned into this shit. Let me see. Expected fight subject to company. The date Lopez airs live in the UK. This, that, and the other. Yeah, you're right, man. This fight card is free. Unbelievable. I guess they're giving us. Okay, yeah, Jerry Anderson is facing Jerry Forrest. See, Boxing News didn't even have the opponents there. But yeah, Jerry Anderson facing Jerry Forrest. And they only have what I mentioned. Xander Zayas fighting Alexis Salazar, Keyshawn Davis, Juan Carlos Burgos. Bruce Carrington facing Juan Tapia, 8 rounds. Jahi Tucker first facing Ivan Panzic, 8 rounds welterweight. Oh man, that's sick. This is crazy, man. This is gonna be wild. That's gonna be the Wild Wild West, man. Real talk. It's giving you 6 solid cards, man. And look, you get 2 10-round fights and 4 8-round fights on this card. It's gonna be free. And you think people ain't gonna be tuned in? Shit. They're gonna be tuned in. Jamal on deck. Salute to you. What's good with it, brother? Yeah, it's gonna be free. Appreciate the info, man. For those of you that's tuned in, you know, Al Money said it. It's gonna be free TV, so they definitely gonna be tuned in. I can't see people paying for anything that day except goddamn lemon pepper wings, goddamn 6 or 12 pack. I'm serious, man. You know they're gonna put some shit on the grill, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, we watching this card, man. We're gonna watch this card for real." That's what's gonna happen on the December 10th over there in NYC, and you know those tuning in, it's gonna be turned up, man. Heisman Trophy ceremony too. Yeah, it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Shaw News, the Sauce Experience, AK Showtime. Shaw, what's good? Shit, Clay Davis voice. Yo, man. You know what I'm saying? Just so y'all that haven't seen it, that's what it is, man. This a hot one. This is a hot one. Everybody make sure y'all pay for that December 10th fight. Hey, how they supposed to pay for something that's free, dog? I'm looking on I'm looking over here on Fight Mag, and it's free. Just like they said, it's free, man. It's supposed to air on ESPN Plus. It is not pay-per-view. So this is gonna make it even more interesting to see how BLK Prime handle that. Because it's not a competition, okay? There's no competition with this. It's boxing at the end of the day. But since it's been so much the topic of the conversation, it's the curiosity is how you gonna build up a main and co-main event. The main event rather is already done, but how you gonna build up the co-main event and maybe put about 3 fights up underneath it in Omaha, because Crawford's gonna pack the house anyway. Period. That ain't no question. He's gonna pack the house. But what else are they gonna do with that card? Like, what's the opponent's gonna be out? You know, in case y'all didn't know, I heard that Floyd Schofield, you know what I'm saying, Kid Austin, has signed with them. Yeah, I heard that he signed with them. Real talk. They coming. They trying to come in hot now. They trying to come in hot. I heard Kid Austin has signed with them, dog. Seriously. You know what I'm saying? Dan Raphael, dog. You want to check the info out. I heard that Kid Austin has signed with them. Let me see, can I pull this shit up on Twitter right quick? But they got some big names. Seriously, they got some big names out there, man. But we got to see the finished product. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been around this shit too long. We got to see the finished product with this. All them names sound good, but we got to see a full fight card, man. Either they're going to put these names on. I'm curious to know if all of them going to sign for multi-fight deal. I don't know. Let me see what Dan Raphael is talking about. I didn't know that Bam Rodriguez vacated his WBC 115 title. He did say he was moving back down. He did, so I guess he did. Let me see, sign up. I don't see anything. Per sources, those is moving up. Yeah, I did see that Kid Austin signed, and then we already knew that Adrian Broner has signed. You know what I'm saying? So that is what it is. I didn't see anything. I don't know what they're talking about. Is Dan Raphael is going to be working with BLK Prime? I don't see anything out here about it. I don't know if they just putting it out there that he broke the news. I'm not sure. But there's some big names out there, bro. So, let me talk briefly on what effect this car is going to have moving forward. Like, we really don't have to worry about Top Rank card because it's going to go down either way you look at it. It's really not any thought process that has to go in there. It's not a lengthy, moment that we have to figure things out. No, it's going down. Seriously, it's going down. Anybody and everybody know who Top Rank is. It's not going to be any type of fuzzy thought process. But when it comes to the talk, when it comes to the information that's being released, right? I don't know if y'all seen it, but or heard it, but there's been leaked audio. There's been leaked audio where allegedly Errol Spence is talking to Steven Espinosa. And, it says a lot, this, supposedly, because you can't really trust everything that you hear and all that. Seriously. Because all of a sudden things get leaked and people having conversations to try to clear shit up. Man, get out of here. It pretty much said that they wanted to fight in January 2023. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing spoke on in that leaked audio of November. And then, Errol Spence has mentioned Crawford. He don't know what he want to do, and he don't trust his attorneys. Good he don't trust his attorneys. Because listen, when you go independent, yes, it takes away and peels back a layer which you become responsible for. You have to become responsible for getting that legal team, people that you trust. Just because you are well known and you got money, that's an attorney's dream. You know what I'm saying? That's a buffet for them. If they know you got money, they can set that retainer fee. But somehow, some way, Crawford felt a little sketchy about his attorneys. This is what Errol Spence is saying. So that didn't derail the fight. He was just saying that Crawford wanted to talk to Al Haymon directly. There's nothing wrong with that. You hear people all the time. Be your own boss. Be your own boss. Be your own boss. Okay. He's being his own boss. Al Haymon don't want to entertain it. Why not? Why you don't want to entertain it? If the man want to talk to you directly and he's independent, I think Al Heyman is being a little bit petty if all of this is true, because Crawford ain't trying to sign with him a multi-fight deal. He's not trying to give his life away. You know what I'm saying? The man is being smart. Just look at all these other big names out here that never signed with PBC, that never signed with Floyd. It's a reason why these dudes ain't signing. So for him to go over there and ask questions, man, I commend him for that. I commend for him for not just folding up and saying, I just want to be a part of something. Let's get this fight. No. And if you really listen to the audio, man, when he said January 2023, that should pretty much shut up all the doubt that this fight was going down in November. You know why? Because the same guy that was saying that the November date isn't dead yet, he was on the phone. He was on the phone. He was listening to Errol Spence. Say he just got back from Disney World. Steven Espinosa was on the phone in the conversation. So you do the math. You do the timeline. You know, look, y'all challenge can sit up here and make 1,000 videos. It's not going to change the fact that Crawford's about to get paid. It's not going to change the fact that Errol Spence don't have shit going on. He don't have nothing going on. You don't know his opponent. You don't know when he's going to fight next. He don't have nothing going on, bro. But he did say in the audio that he has a lot of shit to get off his chest. You know what I'm saying? Whenever his fight day come up. But he don't have no fight scheduled for this year. I can tell you who do. And that's good on him if he can redirect. Because like we said before, they weren't planning on fighting in November. They was planning on fighting in 2023. That's gonna hurt the hearts of these cats over here making lives up and talking about the same shit. They did not want to fight this year. Period. It's a done deal, man. It's a wrap. It's over. You can make all the videos you want. Day, PBC, Al Heyman did not want to fight this year. And what you should do, you should go over there and listen to Barbershop Conversation, who put out a freaking live on it. He played the audio. I'm not going to play the audio. I did post it up on my YouTube, though. You know what I'm saying? I did post it on my YouTube. So, y'all can take from what you may. People up there trying to say it validates that Crawford didn't want to do this. No. If they wasn't going to fight this year, and that's what was initially said, then he has every right to go elsewhere. He's not signed to Al Heyman, and that's what this is all about. Holding grudges. The man didn't sign. He didn't let the ink dry and put his signature on there. So guess what? He ain't doing no special favors for him. So, okay, if he ain't doing no special favors, let me entertain whatever they got going on over here. Let me just see what's popping. So I wish nothing but success, Crawford going over there fighting. From my understanding, it's a one-fight deal. He go over there and he fight, and he said he was going to revisit Spence. He didn't say he was done. The fight was over. But let me tell you this. It is mandatories, like I said before. So we really don't know what's going on with the mandatories. But what I will say, with a smile on my face, that there's a lot of cats out here mad that he about to get paid 8 figures. That shit is people upset about that shit. You should be congratulating him. And then another thing, when are we gonna get the interviews from these fighters? Just be patient. Probably November. But we need to get an interview from Terrence Crawford if that's going to happen. We don't know because he really don't mess with YouTube like that. And then David Avanesian. Maybe his coach, trainer. Let's get it. Let's get it, man. If we're going to talk about it, be about it. Let's get it. Let's see, can we make this fight interview happen, man? We need to become familiarized more. You know what I'm saying? We need to hear what's truly going on and what transpired during this entire process, man. Fight Hype put out a freaking video that they did with David Avanesian's manager, I believe, and he really broke it down enough without giving us too many fine details, but he did shed some light on some shit, man. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I did. I appreciate it. He wanted to talk to a man that most of his fights don't talk to. Crawford killed the game. He did, man. They don't want to give Crawford his credit, man, for standing on his square, bro. Like, that's the reason why he is where he at. He's able to move around and not be locked in. Just imagine, y'all, if he got locked in like Mikey Garcia did, and he would have to leave the sport to get put on the shelf and have to wait. His career is over. You can't afford to be out the sport for 2 years. You can't afford to be out the sport, period, at this point in time. Especially if you're waiting, spending money on legal representation, trying to clear your name. Hell no. Shout out to Tony Boswell in the building. What's good, Tony? Much respect at World Combat Sports in the chat. Stop by the show, support, and hit the like button. Says Tony Boswell in the building. Appreciate you, brother, for pulling up and supporting the channel. Then Virgil Ortiz petition for the mandatory status enforced by the WBA for Stantionis in March is what Boxing Live and Boxing Scene are reporting. He did, man. He did. And see, I really thought that, I guess it's like this, right? That's going to be a good fight either way you look at it. It's going to be a good fight. Seriously. But that means we're still in the dark about who Errol Spence is going to fight next. If Stantionis and Virgil Ortiz fight, that eliminates Errol Spence from fighting Stantionis. Okay? So, therefore, we don't know who he's going to fight. He's definitely not going to step in there with Jaron Ennis. Definitely ain't going to step in there with him. Are they going to get Jaron Ennis step aside money right now? Because from what I heard, Team Ennis ain't trying to take no step aside money. They ain't trying to take it. So what we going to do about that? If Team Ennis ain't all about taking that step aside money, what we going to do about that? It seems like a bill is about to go into vacation. That's what it seemed like to me. I don't know. I'm getting mixed feelings. Certain people I talk to say, "Oh man, Errol Spence ain't gonna vacate." And then some people say, "No man, that's a big fight between him and Ennis." I say, please. It's not big enough for him to go in there and face that motherfucking Raph. Not what he got going on. Hell no. I don't think he gonna go in there and do that shit. Sir Signon Day. His manager did an interview on Fight Hype already, so the haters mad. And this new audio clip is even worse for them. It is, bro. You know what I'm saying? It is. It's very much so. It's done got to the point right now, I just see all the changes that's been going on, man. And they thought their savior, they would have some freaking leverage. You don't have no leverage on this. It's just damning, y'all. It's not any leverage to put with this shit. They wanted to fight next year. What is Crawford doing? He's taking a fight in between. Man, for goddamn millions. You know what I'm saying? Even though some people question if it's millions, if it's 10 million, I don't care. Long as he's getting paid, long as he's stepping in there and fighting somebody else, you know what I'm saying? He's fighting somebody else and getting a purse. Smart on him, bro. Smart on him. But you know what I'm curious about? I'm just curious of what's going to happen next. You know what I'm saying? Definitely I want to see the fight. But I'm curious to know what's going to happen next. Is this fight with Spence still going to be an active discussion after it's all said and done? Are we going to continue to ignore some of the truth that's playing out that Barbershop has been telling us? I know it's been raw. You know what I'm saying? It's been abrasive. But sometimes when people are adamant about what they believe in and what they experience, and it comes to fruition, then they got to wave their fingers like, I told you. And some of the information he's been disseminating out to the YTC has been correct. He did. I give it to him. He has put it out there. He has said some things that's been absolutely correct. And what I heard him say today, yesterday, is, I think it was today, that he said, Al Heyman was playing both sides like a yo-yo. Spence came out of his own mouth, man. He said he didn't want to fight Thurman. I don't know what that's about. He said he don't want to fight Thurman. Now I don't hear these Spencerholics running around here, tapping their glasses and say, "Oh man, he don't want no parts of Thurman." But they'll drill it back in to say, "Nah, that's just because Thurman didn't want to give him a shot." Man, we over that shit. We over that. What if Thurman moves up to 154 with you? You gonna do the Demetrius Andrade shit all over again? I don't want to fight you, man, because at 47 you didn't want to give me a shot, man. He admitted that he don't want to fight Thurman. He said he want to fight Crawford. That's a legacy fight. Spence did say that. He said it. I'm being honest with you. He said he wanted to fight Crawford because it's a legacy fight. So therefore, what else is there? If Spence said that he wanted to fight Crawford, it's a legacy fight. That's where the most money at and all this other stuff, right? Then it's one other way, like people been trying to exclude because they haven't seen the man. That's impeding this progress. And that would be the promotion. That would be the manager. That would be the grand pooper. Cause clearly, Errol Spence said he wanted to fight Terrence Crawford. That's a legacy fight. He did. I'm not gonna get on here and cap like a lot of motherfuckers up here trying to damn everything Crawford do if he looked the wrong way or breathed the wrong way. They try to make up some lies. Spence said on the audio that he wanted to fight Crawford. It's a legacy fight. He did. But they wasn't gonna fight to 2023 per what he was hearing. So he's taking orders, y'all. Errol Spence is taking orders. Believe that. Don't ever forget it. He's not independent like Terrence Crawford. I know in certain situations he probably wish he was, but he's not independent, y'all. Spence said in the audio he don't want to fight Thurman. He said he don't want to fight Thurman. That ain't happening. Yeah. But I didn't know it was finished yet. I thought it was in the works. They was talking about it or whatever. And that just goes to show you. If Ennis is about to face Butiev, what happened to the request or the order that they submitted to the IBF? You know what I'm saying? Something's going on, man. Something's going on over there at PBC, like we know. Like if that IBF is one of the strictest sanctioning bodies when it comes to mandatories. Something's going on. If Jaron Ennis is taking another fight, didn't he take custody of Clayton? Didn't he take custody of Clayton? Now he's taking another fight. Jesus Christ, man. Must be nice. Spence Jr. isn't going to fight Boots. He will fight Thurman, then wait on Crawford or move up, in my opinion. He said on the video, he was adamant there, Tony. He didn't want to fight Thurman. He was adamant about that shit, bro. Seriously. He was adamant. Listen to the video, man. I put it up on my channel. He was adamant about not facing Thurman. I don't know if he despises the Thurman because he ignored the fuck out of him when he had the belts, but he said he don't want to fight him. Ennis is supposed to announce him and Butiev is next. Don't know the venue or the date yet. Okay, appreciate that info, Tony. Appreciate that info. Appreciate the info because it's been a busy freaking day. Al say, bro, you are spot on. I don't care how much Bud or his opponent receive. I don't care, man. I want to see the fight. I'm glad he's not fighting in a fucked up situation. Hopefully when he comes off this win, he goes back into negotiations and they can make this shit happen. But the good thing about it, we'll be at a whole nother year. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be no rush from the promotion. to say, oh, we don't have time, we don't have time, we don't have time. We're going to be in a whole nother year. So I'm going to tell you. If already. And if it's 15 million he's supposed to get and they can lock on the venue, guess what? The fight quicker than we think if they still going to fight. You know what I'm saying? If Crawford and Spence still going to fight, hey, that's good money. You pick up a dime over here at BLK and then revisiting. Hey, 25 million ain't bad. 25 million ain't bad, shawty. Then we get this knockout. Arrow will be lucky number 8. You feel me? That's gonna really put a even brighter start to 2023. You know what I'm saying? 8 fights, all stoppages in the welterweight division. You know, Crawford to move up. It's time for him to move up. Real talk. Who can Spence fight? Ain't no big name besides Thurman. So Spence, I agree. But he said in the audio he does not want to fight Thurman. I agree. That'll be a good fight with him to fight. It'll be a good fight. So Spence will wait 5 or 6 months for Crawford. Crazy, right? So it's funny you mentioned that, Tony, right? Because what I was saying in October, when all this hate, you know what I'm saying, was going around with Terrence Crawford not waiting for 2023, and now the audio is out, proves that they was planning on fighting in 2023, and Crawford said, hell no, I'm going to fight now. So instead of Crawford sitting on his hands to January or February, he's taking a fight. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was commending him for too. Exhausting his resources and going to make a purse, man. I guess boxing is a business unless your name is Terrence Bud Crawford. I guess, you know what I'm saying? I guess you can't go out there and make millions. You need to sit there and continue to be in negotiations so the YTC can be satisfied. You know what I'm saying? Let's feel their appetite and give them something to talk about. Oh, Crawford don't want to fight. They still in negotiations. They say they sent the term sheet back and this, that, and that. Oh, he doesn't want to. Nope. You can't talk about that no more. I would give you a topic, though. What has Spence got going on? Just like Tony asked, is he going to wait for 6 months? What does he has going on? Who is he going to fight? You say you don't want to fight Thurman, but we need to see you fight Thurman. Take a stay busy fight. Come on now. I don't want your people talking about, oh my God, he's going on a year out the ring. It's not fair. Crawford just got out the ring in December. I'm going to tell you, y'all, Crawford can't win. Crawford just got out the ring in December. Now he want to fight Spence has been out this ring for a year. Crawford can't win, dog. Crawford ain't going to win with these dudes. Yeah, that was 4 years ago. Yeah, man. If Spence Jr. tries to wait for Crawford and has no tune-up, he doesn't stand a chance, in my opinion, against consistent Crawford. I'm telling you, that's what they're going to do, Tony. Crawford can't win. They're going to say, oh, it was set up from the beginning. He took a fight in December. And then Arrow has been out the ring for almost a year, man. It's no way. That's unfair. What? How is it unfair now? I'm telling you, man, he cannot win. These channels are upset, man. They upset they not part of that. Look, they upset that their hero has chose to abort his support for Errol Spence. He aborted mission, dog. He aborted mission. He said, I have to be on my own. I want it all for myself. Man, all this Errol Spence led hate and all this. You know, they was hating on Crawford, Errol Spence. And then one of their leaders crossover. and start supporting Crawford. Boy, this shit is in shambles right now, man. I'm telling you, man, this shit is in shambles on this YouTube, boy. We have anarchy going on right now between certain people. They supposed to have been pushing the Errol Spence agenda. But behind the scenes, there was a plot that was brewing, and that shit played out in front of us, dog. Somebody, anybody, if you know what I'm talking about, let me know. I'm just saying it's going to be interesting over the next several weeks, man. It's going to be extremely interesting watching this play out with the press tour. Who's going to be on the undercard of BLK? I mean, I wish them nothing but success, man. I'm curious like everybody else. I want to see if anybody else going to come up with the interviews. If Kid Austin's on this card December 10th, him and his pops is already on YouTube, so that's not a problem. They're gonna talk on YouTube regardless. All right. As far as the main event, that's yet to be seen. We're gonna stay hopeful. Real talk, we're gonna stay hopeful. They dropping their true thoughts in my comment section. Not what I was expecting when I dropped the clip. Yeah, that's what you expect, bro. This is the YTC. What you talking about? Not what you expected. This is the YTC. Of course you expected it. Of course you did. You want them to comment. You want them to comment on something that you drop. You want them to comment. What's wrong with that? Let them engage. You feel me? Allow them to engage. Let me see what they're talking about. Let me be nosy and see what they're talking about, since you mention it. Let me see what they saying over here. Let me see. I'm not going to read some of the haters because clearly they blind to what's going on. You know what I'm saying? This guy talking about he doesn't understand the business. Clearly he does understand the business because he was having questions about his attorneys and he wanted to make sure, his business was in order. That means the team that he has keep him above water. So the fact that he don't drown in a situation and signing a fight like this. So clearly this guy's a hater. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Crawford, all they do is say he ain't doing this and he lying. He lying. He don't want this. He ain't doing this. He doesn't want the fight. See the same shit. That's the same bogus ass shit, man. Same bogus ass stuff, man. This guy say, so this proves that Bud didn't duck. No ifs, ands, or buts. They were never trying to let him fight this year, but jerking him around, stringing him along, and Errol still had to say, hopefully, the fight happens in January. PBC was lying the entire time and keeping Bud out the ring, so he went to get another fight. Let's see how Bud's smear campaign, the YTC, is react to this. It'll be very telling in who's getting paid to wake up and hate, because I just refuse to believe grown men would do that for free. Interesting. Yeah. I'm not going to go too much in depth about that tonight, but it is what it is. They're going to say what they want to say and always keep it full of hate. But look, the Bud Crawford supporters, man, all you got to do is just read through it all. Just fan your hand back and forth and filter through all the mumble jumble that they got out here. You'll be okay. But hey, that's all I got today, man. I'll be back on tomorrow. I'm not going to stay on here for a long time tonight, but man, y'all continue to stay abreast of what's going on with this information. You know what I'm saying? What you hear, don't be the ones out here acting like some of these other groups where they just don't want it. They refuse to be adults and understand that Errol Spence is not making the calls over there, and there's nothing he could do to make this fight happen. If he was told that the fight wasn't going to be this year, but to play along with it, then guess what? He had to play along with it. Just like I said, Steven Espinosa had to play along with it. They couldn't go out here and goddamn let them know the gig was up. They couldn't let the public know the gig was up. They had to play the game. Real talk. But we'll chop it up again tomorrow. Y'all have a good night. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports. I'm out.